Hey, howdy, everybody. How's it going? What's up? Welcome. I am checking out a viewer request today, and this is a request to listen to Mourn, and I'm going to listen to the 3 Mourn songs that are out right now. So Russell from Mourn reached out to me on Instagram, asked me to check out his stuff. He initially said, back in the day, I think this was like over a year ago, he initially said that he would join my Patreon and have me listen to it through there. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I kind of changed my mind over the years. And I was like, you know what? If an artist comes to me and they're like, hey, check out my music, I'll just do it for free. I don't want to be paid for that. I don't know. Something about it feels weird. Like if I'm like, all right, cool, I'll listen to your music, but pay me. I don't know. Something feels strange. So I'm not doing that anymore. So any requests that artists just come to me and they're like, hey, can you listen to my stuff? I'm like, yes, absolutely, I will. And sometimes sometimes it takes me a while to get to the songs, but eventually I do get to all of them. So let's check this out. Oh, I am wearing a Bluey hoodie. Peak. What are you gonna do about it? Unironically stupid good for a kids show. I binged like the whole first 2 seasons when my son was born, because like he wouldn't sleep at night at all, and so I needed something to watch. And I'm like sitting there holding him at like 3 a.m. sobbing as he's just like asleep in my arms, because he wouldn't sleep if you put him down in his little bed. And now he's 3.5. They grow up so fast. All right, anyway, let's check out some of this, some Mourn. I'm going to listen to, like I said, all 3 Mourn songs that have been released so far. And definitely kind of like playing into the Thal and Vildhjarta stuff and all of that with some of the, not just like the artwork, and probably it's going to be Thal, I'm assuming, but like the Swedish, like just making some Swedish letters in there, throwing them some Swedish letters. So we'll see how this sounds. I'm excited. Let's go. This is really cool. Woo. Love the atmosphere. I like that guitar that's just kind of like the cleaner tone that's just repeating that part. Ah, the little half step down Vildhjarta method. This is creepy. I love it. That single, boom, it sounds almost bell-like. That in the background is so cool. I love that. Insane atmosphere. The art is so sick too. Throw a little dark. Throw some of that in there. Nice. Should have gotten more water before I did this. Cool. All right. Really, really cool song. Very obviously in the vein of Vildhjarta. Very similar to Mustad Undervaten the most. One thing that I didn't quite like about Vildhjarta's new album, it was still very good, obviously, but if you saw my ranking of the best albums of 2025, gonna spoil it, Vildhjarta was only number 6. And one thing that I think kind of made me not like it as much as Undervaten was mainly like the atmosphere of Undervaten, like that creepy atmosphere that was just amazing through the entire hour and 18 minutes of that album, wasn't really in their new one. And that was, I think, the main thing that I loved about Undervaten. Obviously the riffs are very memorable and all that or whatever, but the creepy atmosphere was a little bit absent from their newer album. And this has that creepy atmosphere that I love. This is so cool. Great first track. I loved the different sections too. It was also very memorable because it kind of like sits with those atmospheric sections. Like you had very clearly like 3 different sections that you can, you know, the background kind of shifts around and you start off with this like, okay, get out of here, right click. You start off with like this part here. Then you go to this middle part where it's like you take it down a half step from where that first part was. Whatever that was, somewhere around here. I don't know. I pointed out when I heard it. And then you go into this beautiful, like the last half of the song here. With this very Undervaten inspired meow, 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 like that kind of stuff happening in the background. Just beautiful. Just so good. Well, that was a great track. Let's check out the next one. This one came out, or the one we just listened to came out in October of 2024. So a little over a year ago from the time of me hearing this. This one just came out in September of 2025, which is now last year, which I have to kind of get through my head now that we're in 2026. And then the third track that I will hear right after this came out pretty recently. So let's check this one out. When your own mind becomes a scar you can't heal. Or actually, when your own mind becomes a scar you can't heal. Let's go. Snake.
Up to me once I
This is very, very similar to one of the tracks on some Vildhjarta track. I'm gonna try to find what I'm talking about in a second after this. Ooh, great atmosphere here. Whew, that's gorgeous. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Another great song. I think I liked the other one better. This one, this one sounded a little bit too much like Vildhjarta at times, more so in the beginning, but then the second half of it, when it went into that like beautiful atmospheric section, I liked a lot. Let me find, give me a second, I need to find exactly what Vildhjarta song I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure it's off of Vildhjarta, but it's been a while since I've listened to that album, so I need to kind of refresh my memory. Give me a second. Okay, I found it. It's the second track off of Vildhjarta. När det du älskar kommer tillbaka från de döda. That one. That is that one. Listen to the track from Vildhjarta and then listen to the Mourn track here. Going into that part, but then here, listen to the song. Very, very similar. Down to the down to like that. So very clearly Vildhjarta inspiration. Not saying that's bad, but Jope, that's me. Get out of here. Very clearly Vildhjarta inspiration. But I think that's maybe why I like this one slightly less, because it doesn't feel as original as the other track. Not that the other track is wholly original, because it is very Vildhjarta inspired, but I liked the atmosphere on the other one more because it was kind of like Vildhjarta, but also a little bit different and a little darker feeling. But this one was still good. All right, let's check out the third song. This one just came out on New Year's Eve, and this one is called At Fault. Whoops. Also, this one, I did read in the description that it's like a very intentional Den Heilige Anden reference. And you can absolutely hear that. The intro is almost exactly the same here. Down, 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 down. Here, wait for it. I have Underwarten pulled up so I can reference it now. No, 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 no. Yeah, and then you go and you listen to this. Yeah, right there. Very, very similar. Brum brum bum bum brum brum bum 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 bum. Into blast beats, nice. Nice little fill there. Again, very Vildhjarta song progression. Slow down into a key change, into a beautiful atmospheric section. This section's beautiful. I love this, like, from the key change onward. Please give me a dig-a-dig-a-dun. Well, one thing about this guy, Russell wears his Vildhjarta influence on his sleeve, man. It is very obvious, and he flaunts it. That's so funny. I call it. I could feel it. I could feel it coming. I was like, he's gonna do the Vildhjarta thing. Yep. Man, 3 good tracks. I don't really have any negatives other than sometimes, and this could be a positive or a negative or just kind of like in the middle for some people, like it is for me. Sometimes it does feel a little too Vildhjarta, and you're like, hey, that's referencing this part from this Vildhjarta song, or that's referencing this from this Vildhjarta song, and it just feels a little bit too much like I'm copying my favorite artist instead of like taking the influences and like turning it into your own thing, which isn't always a bad thing, but just like something that I've noticed, and something that it sounds cool, and like admittedly it does sound really cool, and those references are like, haha, that's a reference to that. The intro sounds like Den Heilige Anden. Is that how the same song oh gosh, I just opened FL Studio. Shut up. I can't get out of here. I accidentally hit the wrong thing. It hits FL Studio instead of Spotify. Is that how this song ends? I forget. Yeah, that's how Den Heilige Anden ends. I have listened to Vildhjarta so much as like one continuous album flow that it's somehow hard. It's hard for me to tell which parts are from which songs, because I never listen to like one song by itself. I mean, there's certain parts that are obviously easier to remember than others, like, okay, Brenmark has the snap and things like that. But things that, like that little ending bit, it's hard for me to remember which song has which parts, but yeah, that's really like my only criticism that I would give, is like directly ripping from Vildhjarta just feels a bit unoriginal at times, because it is just taking from another band. But I know it's like done intentionally to like reference and pay homage to a band that he obviously loves very much, and so do I. So I think it's kind of fun, but like going forward, I would like to see more interesting individuality and things that that set Mourn apart from Vildhjarta, instead of just being, oh, Mourn likes Vildhjarta, so copy paste. But yeah, just something I think would be cool to see. Overall, though, some sick songs. Good job. All right. Thanks to Russell and whoever else worked on these songs for making the music. And thanks to Russell for reaching out to me and asking me to check this out. Glad I did. Thanks to everybody else for watching the video. And yeah, let me know what you thought of these 3 singles, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.